Vietnam Weekly News Highlights.
Announcement of epidemic levels of 63 provinces and cities. Residential area per capita to reach 27 square meters by 2025. Vietnam eyes 9 new rail routes by 2030. Airlines allowed to increase frequency of domestic flights from October 21st. Vietnam accepts vaccine passports from 72 countries, territories. Businesses to get $926 million tax waivers, reduction. On the morning of October 21st, the Ministry of Health announced the assessment of epidemic levels of 63 provinces and cities across the country, of which 26 were green area, 37 were yellow area. There were no orange and red provinces. 26 provinces and cities are Level 1, New Normal, including Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, Bac Giang, Bac Can, Binh Thuan, Chao Bang, Dien Bien, Dong Nai, Giang, Hanoi, Hai Phong, Hoa Binh, Con Tum, Lai Chau, Lang Son, Lao Cai, Ninh Binh, Phu Yen, Quang Ninh, Trang, Sun La, Tay Ninh, Tai Binh, Tai Nguyen, Tra Vinh, Tuan Quang, Yen Bai. 37 provinces and cities are Level 2, medium risk. There are no province and city Level 3, high risk, and Level 4, very high risk. However, there are still 14 districts and 98 communes Level 3, 2 districts and 37 communes Level 4. Level 1 provinces and cities, indoor and outdoor events are not limited to the number of people. Level 2 restricting events with large gatherings of people indoors, outdoors, or organized with conditions. Localities based on practice to determine the number of participants. Vietnam's residential area per capita is expected to reach about 27 square meters by 2025, and to surge to 30 square meters by 2030, according to the draft National Housing Development Strategy. The National Housing Development Strategy for the 2021 to 2030 period sets the goal of developing and repairing more than 1 billion m2 of houses, equivalent to about 11.9 million apartments. The Housing Development Strategy is to create conditions for everyone to have a place to live and focus on improving the quality of housing, as well as implementing the trend of green and smart housing development. Vietnam plans to have 9 new railway routes, running 2,362 kilometers, by 2030 as it seeks to upgrade its outdated transport network. The total capital needed for these projects accumulates to VND 240 trillion, $10.3 million, set to come from state coffers and private investors. The biggest route would run from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City, covering 1,545 kilometers, according to the government's approved plan for the 2021 to 2030 period. By 2050, the country is set to have 25 rail routes covering 6,354 kilometers. It now has 7 routes covering 2,440 kilometers. Vietnam's railway network has not received major upgrades for decades and has lost its competitiveness to roads and aviation, which are preferred for speed and convenience. The Ministry of Transport announced on October 19 that it has built plans on restoring domestic flights in the period from October 21st to November 30th based on the outcomes of the pilot resumption of domestic flights from October 10th to 17th. Accordingly, a maximum of 6 flights each way daily will be allowed on the routes connecting Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, Da Nang, and Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh City from October 21st to November 14th, and the number will be raised to 7 during November 15th to 30th. Vietnam currently accepts COVID-19 vaccine passports from 72 countries and territories, and is discussing the issue with 80 others, the Foreign Ministry said Thursday. The ministry is also discussing with nearly 80 partners the acceptance of each other's vaccine passports. Vietnam's vaccination certificates have also been accepted by certain countries and can be used to enter those countries. Lawmakers have decided to offer businesses affected by COVID-19 a 30% reduction in income tax and value-added tax and waive late payment fees. In 2020 and 2021, they are part of a resolution adopted by the National Assembly's Standing Committee on October 19 with a number of solutions to support enterprises and individuals affected by the pandemic. The government estimates the tax exemption and reduction this time would add up to some VND 21.3 trillion, $926.1 million. Businesses whose revenues are less than VND 200 billion in 2021 and lower than in 2019 will get a 30% cut in corporate income tax this year.
Hanoi Weekly News Highlights.
Hanoi addresses legal bottleneck in public properties management. Capital city committed to support foreign-funded businesses. Hoa Lac is planned to be a city. Ha Noi plans to bury telecommunications and electricity cables on 300 streets. Hanoi voters propose NA approve subdivision planning for Red River. Tan Hoang Minh contributes to solving the problem of static traffic in the capital. Hanoi will open 9 new electric bus routes. Statistics from the local authorities revealed that the city currently has 10,711 houses with a total area of 10 million square meters, and public domain lands of 43.8 million square meters. Of the total, around 300 houses and lands, or 3%, are subject to legal disputes or lack of legal basis for utilization. In a recent move, the Hanoi People's Committee has instructed the Municipal Department of Finance to work with the Ministry of Finance on dealing with 1,937 public properties consisting of 18.2 million square meters of land and 7.78 million square meters of houses. This was under the government's Decree No. 167/2017/NDCP. Regulating any changes in the use of state properties would be subject to the approval of competent authorities. The capital city is committed to offering the best conditions for foreign investors to conduct businesses, said the city's leaders during a meeting with foreign investors in Hanoi yesterday. The city authority considers the protection of investors' rights and interests among its most important policies, as well as a harmonious relationship among the state, the investors, and the labor forces, said Hanoi's party secretary Din Tien Dung, also a member of the Politburo. The city reported $1.28 billion in newly registered investment during September, despite a prolonged lockdown that lasted almost 3 months as a result of the fourth outbreak of the coronavirus. It has reflected a great degree of confidence by the foreign investor community in the city's ability to check the spread of the virus and its potential for growth. Along with Dong An, My Linh, Sun districts, Hoa Lac urban area is also proposed to become city by Hanoi City. The above information was stated by Mr. Lu Quang Hui, Director of Hanoi Construction Planning, at the workshop on reviewing and evaluating the capital construction general planning and urban development orientation of Hanoi City on October 11th. Specifically, Mr. Hui said that the capital government would study the possibility of developing a city within a city model in the northern region, including Dong An, My Linh, Sun districts, and the west, Hoa Lac New City. Hanoi will also study the formation of a number of the towns within the city on the basis of merging a number of districts associated with satellite towns such as Chiang Mai and Phu Xuyen. The capital city of Hanoi plans to bury telecommunications and electricity cables on 300 streets in 11 districts and towns by 2025, reported the Municipal Department of Construction. Since the beginning of the year, the city has completed construction of underground cable infrastructure on 13 streets, located in districts of Hon Kim, Han Dong, and Ka Jie, bringing the total number of routes completed to 187. The Department of Construction will continue to bury 58 lines in the last months of the year. However, the department said that the work might still face obstacles because of a lack of labor due to the COVID-19 pandemic. VNPT Group, Viettel Group, Mobifone Corporation, and Hanoi Electricity Corporation have committed to support Hanoi in deploying synchronous underground telecommunications lines and medium and low voltage power lines along streets in line with the capital's socio-economic development master plans. Hanoi voters have called on the government to give green light to the city's subdivision planning projects for the Hong, Red River and Duong River as soon as possible and create a legal basis for urban development. This was one of more than 40 proposals compiled by the Hanoi National Assembly (NA) delegation discussed at the second session of the 15th National Assembly, which opened today, October 20th. The approval will mark a turning point to renovate the capital city and promote socio-economic development, the voters said. On October 11, 2021, the Hanoi People's Committee issued Decision No. 4407/QD. UBND approving the decision the adjustment and extension of the investment policy for the static parking project along the south of Dai Co Viet Street. Accordingly, the project with a total investment of more than VND 969 billion is planned to be built and operated on an area of 6,843 square meters, including a floating floor with landscape garden function, 3 basements, each floor 5,673 square meters, total area 17,019 basement floors, provide more than 1,000 parking spaces. The project is expected to start construction in the fourth quarter of 2022, to be completed and put into use in the fourth quarter of 2024 with an operating period of 50 years. The project is applied smart parking management solutions with modern, environmentally friendly technology and especially synchronous with the technical infrastructure system and landscape of the area. This contributes to reducing the load on the transport infrastructure system, ensuring factors of security, environment, urban order, etc. The Department of Transportation of Hanoi has just requested the Department of Planning and Investment and the Department of Finance to give opinions on the implementation of bus routes using electric energy in the city. It is expected that a new roadmap for the opening of 9 electric bus routes in 2021, a pilot period of 12 months from the date of contract signing. Specifically, in 2021, the Department of Transport plans to open 3 new routes. In November 2021, it is expected to open 1 new route, My Dinh Route, Ocean Park Urban Area. In December 2021, it is expected to open 2 new routes, Long Bien, Ca Giai, Smart City Urban Area and My Dinh Station, Ocean Park Urban Area. Estimated subsidy cost for 3 electric bus routes in 2021 is 9,026 million VND. In addition, in 2022, it is expected to open 6 new routes, in which, in the first quarter of 2022, 2 new routes will be opened, Hao Nam Route, Ocean Park Urban Area, Giap Bat Bus Station, Ocean Park Urban Area. In the second quarter of 2022, 4 new routes will be opened, Long Bien, Qua Nam, Smart City Urban Area, Interagency of Hanoi Department, Time City Urban Area, Smart City Urban Area, West Lake Water Park, Smart City Urban Area, Vincom Long Bien. Ho Chi Minh Weekly News Highlights. Ho Chi Minh City approved the plan of 600 projects with an area of 88,262 hectares. Ho Chi Minh City to develop 10 urban areas along Metro Line No. 1. Businesses resume production as workers return. 9 months of 2021, Ho Chi Minh City granted more than 23,000 construction permits. The Department of Planning and Economics of Ho Chi Minh City said that up to now, the city has basically covered 100% of the subdivision planning, approved 600 detailed construction planning projects at the scale of January 2000, with a total area of 88,262.81 hectares. The review and evaluation of the implementation process of detailed planning projects of 1/500 scale and zoning planning of January 2000 scale are focused on implementation. In addition, the Prime Minister approved the task of adjusting the general planning of Ho Chi Minh City to 2040, with a vision to 2060. Covering the city's planning as well as approving the Prime Minister's planning project tasks will create a foundation and legal basis for Ho Chi Minh City to develop a more sustainable urban area. Ho Chi Minh City authorities are drafting design and construction plans for urban development along the city's first metro line, aiming to tackle issues such as flooding and congestion and improve the city's landscapes and residents' quality of life. The Department of Planning and Architecture is seeking experts' opinions on exploiting public land along the route, which extends between Ben Ton Market in District 1 and Soi Tin Theme Park in the new Thursday Duk City. Under the draft, about 10 urban development projects will be built along a portion of the line that stretches 14.8 kilometers through 11 wards in Thursday Duk City, according to the department. 60% of companies in HCM City have resumed production since the lockdown was lifted half a month ago. The resumption in transportation to other cities and provinces has favored them, the Ho Chi Minh City Union of Business Associations said. Nguyen Van Bie, chairman of the Ho Chi Minh City Export Processing Zone and Industrial Park Authority Business Association, said said 1,500 companies, including 500 foreign ones, in the city's industrial parks and export processing zones have resumed operations, with 60% of them going back to more than 80% capacity. According to the Department of Construction of Ho Chi Minh City, from the beginning of the year to now, the whole city has granted 23,008 construction permits, down 28% over the same period last year, with a total floor area of 6,485,062 square meters, down 41% over the same period last year. In the same period last year, Ho Chi Minh City issued 26,822 permits for residential construction and major repairs, of which 25,531 permits were granted for new construction, with an area of 5,530.6 thousand square meters and 1,291 permits for major repair, with an area of 126.4 thousand square meters. Thus, the number of permits decreased by 24.7% over the same period, 8,778 permits, and the area decreased by 23.8%, 1,770.3 thousand square meters. Total investment capital in the province in 9 months of 2020 is estimated at 311,602 billion VND, down 4.5% compared to the same period last year, 69% compared to the year plan.